Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Senior Zach and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, it's my wish and prayer that this video is going to find you when you're doing fine and you're in good health. I'm also doing fine at this peripheral end, as you can see. So guys, in this channel, we basically deal with reaction videos. We basically gives in facts and we debunk other notions as per video posted, then free from defamation, free from abusive language, and free from conflict. Well, in our videos today, it is not about to paint the Trinidad people in a way. It is not to try to change the Trinidad laws in a way. The fact that we have to agree is the Trinidad has got her own domestic laws that governs her with her all native people, plus the visitors who might think of going to Trinidad. That is 100% fact. But when I come up with an opinion, with a fact, and with a real thing that is happening in Trinidad, therefore, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm negating the principles and the regulations on how Trinidad rules her people, regulates her policy. It is simply kind of educative from kind of an awareness and a kind of putting out where there are gaps, and gray areas that the Trinidad people should be aware of it. The visitors going to Trinidad also should be aware of it. Therefore, for those who are coming with their stale kind of insinuation, trying to spread hate speech through my comment section, try to abuse. So such kind of abusive language sometimes doesn't infuriate me. The best things that I will do, I will delete them. So if you come to this channel with a positive, with a divergent view, why can't you just rant it over the channel positively without mentioning them, without abusive language? Are you there? Because this channel is no longer a channel that spreads hate. So if you didn't see that the kind of reaction I'm putting forth is not for you, therefore you need to unsubscribe, you need to exit ASAP, unless you are on a vicious expedition and pursuing personal vendetta. So guys, let's dive in after a break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. So what happened in the courtroom in Trinidad where ChrisMustList was presented before the judge? ChrisMustList said it all. Police wanted him to assist them with the investigation, something that ChrisMustList refused. And the only thing ChrisMustList told the police and the response therein, he directed police to his YouTube channel and activities about the Trinidad situation at the real-time expose. It was something that Trinidad police wasn't happy about, something that Trinidad police think that ChrisMustList is playing smart, that ChrisMustList has got a lot of information where these gangs are found. Therefore, the police wanted to dig more. Well, what followed next is like the police, because the nature of their work, because of the pressure they were receiving, maybe from political quarters, maybe from the government itself, prompted police to urge a ploy to have ChrisMustList arrested. Therefore, what happened? Chris was arrested. Therefore, the charges were pressed against him to be seditious, something that I normally considered repugnant, and which I will speak to it at the progression stages of this video. So let us watch this small video, then we'll get to know what really happened.
So I was with Johnny Bravo. We were doing an interview at the TV station. The phone rang, and it was a police officer, Prasad, and he said, "I'd like to talk to Chris." So the phone was handed to me on speaker so we could both hear. He said, "I need you to help me assist in the investigation." I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Investigation. They said, we think you have information that you could help. I said, sir, there's nothing I can do that can help. Anything I've videotaped that's uploaded to YouTube, you're welcome to use it however you please. No, come in for questioning, we need your help. I said, I'm going in for an interview, there's nothing I can do. He said, are you sure this is the way you want to go about it? Something along those lines. So I took that as a threat. So when the interview was done on TV, I asked my driver to drive me to the Canadian Embassy. I went in and out of the embassy in 15 minutes, nobody was there, but they must have tapped Bravo's phone because by the time I was finished the embassy, undercover police were already outside. I didn't tell anybody I was going to the embassy. He said, again, my supervisor wants you to come in right now to assist with a criminal matter. I said, my criminal matter? They said, no, but you can assist. I said, sir, I don't know anything that you're talking about. The same thing. I have nothing else to say. Anything I know has been uploaded to YouTube. Now, when I was in with the embassy, their recommendation was to get on the quickest plane to get out of here. I don't know if they knew something. I don't know. So the plan was the next morning to leave, but I woke up 6:45 or 7 in the morning with the police knocking at the door. That's when they started throwing all these charges at me. My belief is just that I wouldn't help them, and it's not that I wouldn't help them, it's that I had nothing to do with any crime, right? So that's where we're at right now. Yes. So I was with Johnny Bravo. We were doing an interview at the TV station. The phone rang, and it was a police officer, Prasad, and he said, I'd like to talk to Chris. So the phone was handed to me on speaker so we can both hear. I said, I need you to help me assist in an investigation. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Investigation. They said, we think you have information that you could help. I said, sir, there's nothing I can do that can help. Anything I've videotaped.
On the other hand, we must also agree that Chris is not the problem. The problem herein is the police. Why am I saying so that the police is the problem? The police is the problem because they're not sure of what they're doing. They're not sure of what they want to charge Mr. ChrisMustList with. From infringement of immigration rules, from work and labor relations, from expedition and from aid abetting gangs in Trinidad. Police themselves are not sure of whether they want to proceed with this case or they want to hold ChrisMustList for the longest time before actually Chris is charged. But at the end, they came out only with a single charge. We call it, that is known as seditious, and sometimes I consider it laughable. We'll come and explain the reasons why I consider it repugnant and laughable at this instance, and why the police itself, it's the problem, because they're not sure. They're not sure. I don't know whether the laws in Trinidad expressively express itself on this matter, but I don't know how police, maybe they have their own independent laws that they can simply go against an outdated law that court has dealt a blow with. These are the questions that we must also ask ourselves going forward. So let us listen to a Trinidadian YouTuber explanation about all this saga. She came in and explained what the seditious itself mean. She came up and explained what really it meant by being charged with the seditious and the penalties that is involved therein. But for this purpose, let's listen to her, then we'll come back and give more meat here and there.
Need to change. There must be a change. So ChrisMustList is not the problem. The YouTubers like myself, we are not the problem. Who is the problem, Trinidad? Who is the problem? Well, ChrisMustList got charged with sedition. Now, in case you guys don't know what the meaning of sedition is, I will explain. Sedition is an overt conduct, such as speech, organization that tends towards rebellion against an established order, against the government. If he's charged with this, he I think he's in Trinidad a month. How could he be a gang member? How could he be a gang leader? How could he influence those guys when he takes, like, how long it takes to record? About a day with them. Could it be that people that surrounded ChrisMustList was involved in giving advice and it make it look like it was him? That could be, and that is allegedly. That's allegedly. And I want to put a disclaimer. I do not agree with him even filming the hoods, but that is his niche. And when I say his niche, that is the category or the topic that he wanted to deal with, and that's what he wanted to do because of his audience. There are young men and older men, and majority of men and women who like to watch these dramatic, rebellious kind of thing that goes on with the young society. Now, that's not my cup of tea. And this is why I am having this video here with you today. What happened, what drew me to him, what made me like him, because I'm a Christian, I saw something about a week ago where he was invited to a walk, a Mother's Cry walk, where it was organized by a Christian group in Trinidad. And I found this to be heartwarming. This pulled my heart because I'm a mother too, you know, and to see your son die for nothing, and for the which is could be gang related or unrelated. You know, most mothers could relate to that in Trinidad, and there were a group of mothers there, and they were praying for the country. And this is what made me like ChrisMustList, and this is why I see a foreigner, a tourist, doing more, actually doing more than a local, doing more than a police officer, doing more than a cabinet minister, doing more than a civilian, some certain civilians. You're not gonna like me, you know, but I'm not here to be liked. I'm here, it's time for a change, and it has to be, it's some precedent, something has to happen. All right. So what I'm going to do is just read quickly this act. And it's important that you read this Trinidad and Tobago Express newspaper, because it has little nuggets in here, and I will read it. And when I'm finished, I want all you guys who are on my channel to suggest. Now we gotta find out what are the solutions, you know. But first, let me read this article. And this article, it goes like this: the Sedition Act has been used to file criminal charge against Canadian blogger Christopher Hughes, better known online as ChrisMustList. According to the charge laid by an officer of the Special Investigation Unit, SUI, on May 9th in North Trinidad, Hughes published a seditious publication, to wit, an audio-visual video via YouTube of the social media platforms. The offense is contrary to the section of 4.1 of the Sedition Act, Chapter 1104. Upon summary conviction, he could be fined $3,000 or serve 2 years in prison. If convicted in the High Court, Hughes would face a $25,000 fine, 5 years in prison and the seditious material seized. Hugh was spending a third day in police custody today. He was arrested by police earlier on Tuesday morning in relation to a series of YouTube videos he had uploaded over the last few weeks featuring interviews with the members of gangs. In 2020, now this is what I found to be interesting. Now, I'm not a lawyer, okay? If any lawyers in Trinidad watch this, because remember, I'm a novice, and then some people call me dunce. I'm not dunce. I have an education. I'm educated, okay? I these type of words and bringing down people, I'm not in for it. This is why Trinidad is in the state of mind. We like to mock people. We like to point fingers and don't point the fingers back at ourselves. Okay? So, no name calling on this channel. If you don't like it, don't look. Don't subscribe. Don't look at my channel. I'm not in for the views, actually. Not in for the views. I'm in for my people of Trinidad and Tobago. Don't let me call the doc spirit, you know, Dr. Eric William. Okay, I think we need the Dr. Eric William to come back. We need a messianic doctor.
Here we are, and there is a disclaimer that is played out on that video that she's not a lawyer. She's just a novice, but well educated. She's just putting out the information out there, and people should consider restraint when it comes to abuse. She's not even trying to change the Trinidad law, being that she's a native. And again, there are three important issues that we are picking up from this lady's video, the Trinidadian YouTuber. You know, she's explicitly saying that Trinidad, the police and the government are the problem here. Why are the Trinidadian police and the government itself are the problem to itself? Because they are doing little to address the issue that was exposed by ChrisMustList. Because ChrisMustList just went and filmed and exposed the real issue on the ground. Then this is what is making police so unhappy and so hungry towards ChrisMustList. Now they are on a fishing expedition. That's why they were calling ChrisMustList to help them investigation. Something that ChrisMustList detested, that I don't want to do an investigation because he is not an investigator. He's not an investigative journalist. He never wanted to interfere with the work of police. All that he knows is in his YouTube channel and posted there, period. That is ChrisMustList told the police. And it's a fact that police were never happy with such kind of explanation going forward. Well, let's address ourselves to the issue of sedition law. Because now the information is out here that saying that ChrisMustList has been charged with the sedition law. So the sedition law, it's a kind of a law that normally being used to charge vloggers, curtail free speech, people not to speak on the heinous act of the heinous negligence that the government of the day doesn't want to address. Well, it was an expose that seditious law is a repugnant one, very old law that was expunged by the High Court in Trinidad in 2020. This law was expunged from their constitution. This law is outdated. This law itself, was thrown out and was found by the Trinidad court to be in contravening with the Freedom of the Press Act, to be in contravening of rights and freedom of people, of the press, to express themselves. Therefore, it is null and void. There's the problem. And there is the Pandora box that people never wanted to address themselves with. This is why I'm calling this law a repugnant. This is why now I'm calling the Trinidad police and the government to be the problem, because they want to treat HIV/AIDS infection with using a painkiller Panadol. It doesn't work that way. So what kind of a charge that is pressed on ChrisMustList? It is null and void because it's not admissible even before the court of law. It's an insult before a judge. It's going to be thrown out big time. And that's why I'm telling you, the main function of the police here with ChrisMustList is like they just want to take a revenge, take them in circle. That's why they could block the lawyer not to access ChrisMustList, which if ChrisMustList goes to the court and express himself about of infringement of his freedom to basic right, already that case is going to be brought down on technicality issues. Get me right. Thirdly, the police knows it that this law can never work in their favor. So what they are doing is like they just want to go into circle with ChrisMustList, such certain kind of mental torture, hold him for long, then later maybe they might decide to even deport ChrisMustList. Now you see, that is the problem that people are not talking about. Because somebody cannot use an non-existent law, a law that was expunged, a law that the court herself, within the Trinidad jurisdiction, pronounced herself on this matter, that nothing like sedition, because the sedition is in contravenance of the principal laws of expression, curtailing and gagging the freedom of press, and people of Trinidad want to express themselves loudly. Well, it was just an expose that the government felt so delinquent on their function and their role. Now, the police are just doing the cosmetic reaction, because this now reaction, this now not treating the real problem on the ground. And that's why you're having this lady coming out and speaking that the Trinidad government, including police and her people, are the problem in this case. Another one, while we all agree that flexing with guns and going into the gang zone might put you at risk as an individual, and showing that one on the print and mass media could be a problem and might make you rub shoulder with the law enforcement. Are you there? I still believe there were better ways the government could have handled this situation, because now this situation now is exposing the Trinidad as a whole in the whole world. And McHugh, the travel advisory, I got also from this lady, if you go at the description, he said the travel advisory is on the table and is not looming, being given the Trinidad. I don't know how true is that. Maybe somebody can go and confirm, because I'm just giving you an information I found from this lady. I just reacting on this video. So I've got no in a way want to change the policy, change the laws, change on how the Trinidad people regulate themselves with their policy and issues going forward. It's just a reaction based on this lady's Trinidad law. Is now reading even from the papers of the Trinidad, give an elaborative explanation, read them through, and educate you and give you an awareness that the law that is being charged with ChrisMustList, this is a repugnant law, a law that was expunged long time ago, is no longer in use, not admissible in the law in the court of justice. Therefore, the case itself on technical issues, it's null and void. Therefore, ChrisMustList is released. So release ChrisMustList. But the most question that we are asking going together, because we've seen the police are not happy. This is just a mere gimmick and a mere reaction, maybe to save face and tell the locals to chill, that the police are on control. One, why are the police not happy? Or in another way, why are the police are so angry with ChrisMustList? One, the police have been exposed because maybe the native Trinidad and the government herself knew that the police is doing work, everything is contained, and the upcoming event where I think something Formula One or the cricket that Trinidad will be holding. Are you there? So the whole government machinery, the police department, is very vexed because at this expose, it's coming at a hour where the important activity is soon taking place. Therefore, this one was like to the detriment of the security situation on the ground. Are you there? This is why now the police sometimes also might come harsh and deploy severe tactics, not based on law, but based on their reaction at that moment. Number two, political ploy. When I talk of political ploy, people sometimes want to think that I'm meddling into the issue that I don't know. The political ploy is pegged on the two gangs that exist now in Trinidad. And what is the main reason of the background information of the gist? Why the two wrangles gang always fight each other? Always fights that normally comes or encapsulated with the two warring is normally on the political biases. It's based on political ploy because on the political goodwill or not goodwill, the two ranks must fight. Therefore, it is a political ploy that the gang existed and they were serving other purposes of some bigwigs politicians on their personal vendetta or on their benefit, they know better. So political ploy played big time to have ChrisMustList arrested. Are you there? Because maybe one side of the gang was not happy, so they colluded. Maybe the other gang were not happy. Are you there? Maybe the police also were not happy, so they colluded on a political basis to have ChrisMustList arrested and charged with a repugnant law, sedition. Number two, government blame. I think the executive at the government of Trinidad might have rained pressure on the police boss and told off the police. What are they doing? I think the riot act were done to the police. The police got addressed down, and somebody else in the police might risk his job or her job out of this situation. Maybe the police sometimes used to do PR that all is well, things are fine. But now the real situation was exposed onto the camera and to the world. People started asking questions, but why? Are you there? The police were to blame. And that's why I'm saying the police is the problem. Now the government and the executive herself now blaming the police unit for not doing their work. Because of the expose ChrisMustList did. Now people and even the Trinidadian natives, they have their eyes open that all are not well. That's why police are not hungry. Police are not happy. They are very hungry and they're behaving this way. Number four and the last one, it is about uproar of the native Trinidadians. This is just an uproar of the Trinidad people because now Trinidad people thought all is well. The gang themselves dissipated. There's nothing like that. But when the real situation on the ground was exposed by ChrisMustList, the real situation on the ground was posed to the outside world. Even the Trinidadian felt so insecure, and not so safe in their country. Now, they started claiming and pointing hands to the government. The government now is pointing hand to the Trinidad police, hence the reactionary measures. So, how the police is diagnosing the whole situation, they're just diagnosing, not by use of antibiotics, but just giving a PR, which is a Panadol, either to assure the member of public and to show the world that things are well contained, but things are getting hotter because this is another expose being exposed by Trinidad herself that no, this law is no longer in use. This law is repugnant. This law will never, are you there? Will never happen. So guys, with those few remarks, if you're coming across this video for the very first time, kindly click at the notification bell, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't hesitate to support this channel. Let me wait for your kind and honest opinion on the comment section, devoid of abuse, devoid of defamation, devoid on any other kind of unpalatable slang. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.